Hello everyone, this is Tushar and this is the second video of CSS selector series. In this video we are going to discuss about class and ID selector. What are they and how to use it in CSS. So let's jump into the code. So basically using class selector you can select different type of elements and can apply same styles on all that element. In the previous video we have seen element selector where we can apply the style to a particular type of element only, but in class selector you just use the class that you have defined in different selector, and using that class you can apply the same style to all that elements. So let's see how it works. So if I have a div and a paragraph, so this is my paragraph, this is a div, and this is a heading tag. So how to define the class selector in HTML? Because in element selector you just have to use the element name in the CSS and you can apply style to it. In class selector you have to use class attribute in the element and you have to give some value to it. So if suppose I give border red over here, so I'll copy this class and will apply to other element also. So now if you'll see, okay, now if you'll see our paragraph, div and h5 all three have the same class. So this class we can use in CSS and can apply the same style to all that element. So the class selector in CSS start with a period sign, then the name of the class, which is border red. Now I can apply any style and it will be applied to all three. See, so this is the power of class selector. I can increase the font size to 30 px. So in this way you can use class selector. It is very easy. You just have to remember that if you want to apply the same style to different element somewhere in your web page, you can use class selector, and it is like one of the mostly used selector in CSS. Okay, so you now understand what is class selector. So let's see now what is ID selector. So ID selector is completely different from class selector. If you want to apply a style to a particular element, then you can use ID selector. So if I'll write P, so it should be unique on a page. I mean, first of all, in element, the ID selector is defined with ID attribute. You give some value to it 1. So this value 1 should be unique in the HTML page. Only one element can have this value. So it means that I cannot write ID equal to 1 again on any other element. Ideally, I should not write. That is what ID is. It is unique. Mainly the ID selector is used in JavaScript to perform some, like, if to execute some event, to perform some animation and different kind of stuff. So it is generally not used to apply styles. But one more thing for which you can use ID selector is you can use it as a handler on the DOM. So if suppose, so let's see how this work first. So this is paragraph with a ID of 1. So this is how you define ID selector in HTML. Now in CSS, how you target it? The ID selector is started from, will start from pound sign and the name of the ID selector. So this is how id selector works. Okay, so class selector, you have to define the class attribute in the HTML, and you have to give some value to it. id selector, you have to define id attribute in the HTML, and you have to give some value to it. To define the class selector in CSS, you have to start it with period symbol, then the name value of the class, and id selector you have to start with pound symbol here, like here, then the value of the id. So basically it is not used to target, it should not be used to target one element because it is of no use. Instead you can use either element selector or class selector. So I basically use it as a handler. So if I do equal to header, UL, right. So this is how I like to use it, and it is basically used in this way only. It's not about what I like and not, whether I like or not, but it is used like that. So now I can target the UL element, the LI element, the anchor element using this header. So it will be unique. It will the style will not clash with anything else if you have an outside handler. So there we can use ID selector. So I'm giving the background of sky blue to the header. Now I want to style the UL. So I can use the ID header as a handler to go to the UL, and I can style it. Suppose I want to say list style none. Cool. Similarly, I can go and style the list element also. I can say display inline block. I can go to anchor tag and style it like give styling of 10px 20px. So okay, this is how I can use ID selector in HTML. But you should not use ID to style a particular element. You should use either it as a handler, or you should use the ID selector to target element in JavaScript. If you want to style different group of element, different type of element altogether for the same style, use class selector. If you want to style same type of element, use element selector. So that is it for this video. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, just click on like, comment on the video what you think about where else we can use this kind of selector like element, class and ID, and please subscribe to my channel if you like it. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.